everybody. I shall make a prediction. Yes, I shall make a prediction using my ability to see the future. Watch. I shall take my magic ball and I shall look into the future and I shall predict what shall happen. Ooh, what shall happen? Let's see. You will be watching this right now. That is what I predict. Oh, yes. And I predict that this video will make you think about things that you hadn't thought of before. I predicted using my magic ball. Ooh.
Now I have this theory. What if these credit rating agencies that have been downgrading the value of certain government-issued bonds and company-issued stocks lately, what if they no longer really know what's going on? What if there's just so much information out there that they can't possibly know at all sufficiently at the right time? What if the amount of change in the world and details that you have to know each day is so great that no human mind, not even with the help of computers, can figure out what really is going to happen 5, 10, 20 years down the road, let alone, 1 year down the road? What if they don't know? And what if they're just making wild guesses nowadays? What if they're taking a hunch? Better yet, what if they are being influenced by who knows who to suddenly say, well, this country no longer is a safe place to put your money? What if? It's a big question, and my theory is they don't know. These agencies really don't know what they're doing, and it may be that they are allowing themselves to risk everything for the sake of still being paid for their services. I mean, these credit rating agencies could not exist without somebody paying their bills. And what if they really are no longer able to deliver the goods? I mean, think about it. If you start, let's say, a collection of anything, and it gets too big, and your room is full of stuff, and at some point you can't find most of the stuff that you've collected because it's under layers of other stuff. I mean, that's how it is. It gets complicated. How can they possibly know what's really going on? I don't think they do, and I think they are willing to endanger the world just to keep in business. My opinion is there should be a law against speculating in a way that doesn't have an absolute backup on absolute information. On a daily basis, you can say tomorrow don't invest in the company, but that same company might 2 days later be a good investment. I think that they should just outlaw these credit rating agencies, because in my opinion it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy, or rather than those agencies actually knowing in advance, based on actual serious data information, what really is going to happen, because they have an opinion of what they think is going to happen based on a hunch, they cause it to happen because most people, most of the investors out there, believe that these agencies must know their, I don't want to use the French word, but must know their stuff. What if they don't? And they're just trying to stay in business without admitting that they no longer know whether this country or that country can really pay off its debts. And so that's what I'm wondering. And another thing, what if they find out that all the major countries and all the major investment bonds of most governments of the world are not as valuable as they used to be? What if they downgrade everybody? Then do they just simply say, well, we'll jump back and say that whoever's at the top is once more AAA rated? So, I mean, the thing is, I don't buy it. I don't think these agencies know what they're doing. And I think that's dangerous. I mean, it's just like Minority Report with Tom Cruise. You know, in that movie, Minority Report, Tom Cruise is this detective using this high-tech computer system that is hooked up to these, I don't know, people who can sense the world or something, and they can tell in advance who's going to commit a crime. Of course, according to the movie, it's actually based on more or less the truth until a certain point. But in reality, you can't do that. Once you believe that a person or a country is going to behave a certain way, and you tell other people that's how they're going to behave, and if those people believe you, then in a way it can happen, because if enough people believe in something, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's the thing about, again, these credit rating agencies. They say these countries no longer are guaranteed to pay up front up what they owe, and so they're no longer worth investing in. Well, what if that is just a bunch of hunches and just mere speculation without any substance? That's why I say let's ban these companies. Let's make it illegal to do that. So how would investors then be able to decide where to invest their money? I think it should be up to each investor, whether they buy a government-issued bond or whether they buy into a stock of a company, that they do their own research, that they understand what is the product or service or combination of product and services that company produces, or what is it that government has as a government plan for the next so many years that makes it a promising place to invest in and where the economy is likely to improve. It should be up to each individual person to do that research, and that information should be available. But there shouldn't be any of these agencies that do that for you, because that's just too much power. That's giving too much power to an agency, and then after, you know, maybe they've been right most of the time for 20 years, then in the next 10 years, in the 21st year to the 30th year, maybe they start playing dirty games, and somebody gives them money, you know, to say that this country is no longer worth investing in. What if? I say ban these companies and make it illegal for companies to sell predictions about companies and governments. I think that should be stopped. Same thing in politics. I don't like this thing that in politics you've got these, you know, the candidates, and then the public is asked in public opinion polls, whether they're called by phone or met on the street, whatever, and they're asked which candidate compared to which candidate, why would you vote for them? And then there's these popularity contests. I don't think that people should be influenced by that kind of information. I think they really should be influenced by the actual ideas and persons running for office, by the substance, by the, as they say, the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. So again, ban these credit rating agencies. Make it illegal to predict things about the value of government-issued bonds, countries, about stocks. Make it illegal because it's dangerous. It's too much power, and at a time when there's just so much information and these agencies can't possibly know all the big picture of what's going to happen, I think this is really, really dangerous. It may have been ethical 20, 30 years ago for these companies to help investors decide where to put their money, because it was easier to decide that. Maybe it wasn't even then, but it is certainly not now. That's my 10 cents. I hope that you'll think about it. Let me know what you think.
I will make another prediction now. I will predict something that you can invest in. What stocks in the future? Oh, my crystal ball is telling me that you should buy soup stock. Yes, preferably vegetable or chicken soup stock.